to Green and Blue Production channel updates. Yes, I know there's no gameplay footage like we've been doing the past few times, but you may notice something, you may not. You may notice something, you may not. You may notice something, you may not. The thing that you may be noticing is this monitor is on and there is no computer on. That is because Windows killed my mass computer. Let me actually look up my friggin'... Hold on. Why did I turn off this mouse? A few days ago, the mass computer... like 3 days ago, the mass computer died. I uploaded a post on the community tab. Also subscriptions, but it doesn't happen a lot with me. Apparently. I don't have any mobile viewers. So, yeah, if you want to stay up to date, check out the community tab on the channel page, or your home page where you can check out community posts from all your favorite YouTubers. But anyway, at around 3 a.m. March 18th, 2021, the mass computer died to a Windows update, and maybe a little bit of an overclock. Maybe it was dying to an overclock for months. Maybe it was dying to bloat on the system for months. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it died to Windows 10 only because it almost died to Windows 10 3 times now. There was an update a few months ago that almost killed it. The same thing that happened with this update, except I was able to revert the computer, uninstall the update. I couldn't this time. I tried getting rid of my overclock. It failed. I got error code 0 times 0000013. Basically a bunch of zeros and 13. Or 16. Regardless, it suggested going safe mode. I decided to also try getting rid of the overclock. Either they didn't like each other for some reason, which would be odd, or safe mode didn't work. And now my computer just says jumbled nonsense when it turns on, which is not good. So, the last few days I've been kind of forced to take the day off as I get readjusted to using the... No, that's not going to happen. Get adjusted to using the Alienware laptop. Yes, I was just watching Take Phone. Hope I get the framing right. It's really hard since when I lean back in my lazy boy, it actually gets me out of frame. So yeah. So in order to get things back to usual, I got a computer from CyberPower, and I'll get a description to the site. Because linking a description to the actual computer itself won't do anything because it'll be gone in like 5 seconds after I upload. Because they shuffle around their inventory and their profile so much, it's just you just can't send a guy a list and expect it to be the same. However, what I can do is show you link you to, or what I can do is show you a list on PC Part Picker. That's something I can do. So we'll do that. At the second hard test video since I already got the camera. I'll test out recording with the Alienware laptop, the mobile mouse computer. It was never intended to be the primary computer. It was always intended to be my work computer I used when not in this chair. So what it lacks most of all, other than heat performance, it's wooden stick laptop, but it's not the big boys. It's the size under the big boys. The size under the Area 51 and whatnot. Because I wanted only one power brick. Thank you very much. I wanted it to be at least semi-portable instead of movable as the desktop replacements tend to be. So yeah, I don't know how long I've been recording this for. I should have started a timer to keep it short. Regardless, so unfortunately, until I get the mouse computer back up and running, it's gonna be a bit awkward. I mean, until I get the new mouse computer, the everything computer, or the boss everything. I think is what I'm going to call it, the boss everything, or the everything boss. One of those. If you have any suggestions to a boss computer name for something that has literally everything on it, let me know. And yeah, so can you see my mic? Oh, there we go. Let's do that. There we go. That's better. So there's gonna be a lot of videos like this. There's talks about, and most of all, unboxing videos until I can get my gaming side figured out with moving storage and whatnot. Because another problem with recording out of a laptop is you only got two storage devices, and only one of them you can actually use. I only got 1 terabyte SSD, the other one's used for the C drive. And 1 terabyte is not enough in my work. It doesn't hold any amount of games for my entire library. It holds a very small percentage. And all the games I would want on it would be games I download. However, fortunately, I kept all my games on. I played most of my games out of an external hard drive because it's the same issue on the mouse computer. I only had 1 terabyte. Well, I had 2 terabyte hard drive or SSD for games, but it wasn't enough for the amount of games I cover on the channel or play usually. Like whatever comes to mind, basically, is how I play games nowadays. So I kinda so it's gonna be really hard to record because I got used to living out of a strictly recording SSD. It was fantastic. 2 terabytes of nothing but recording space, or recording raw video from IRL cameras, finished videos and whatnot, and having a 4 terabyte archival drive. Oh, that was fantastic. And now I'm back to just 1 terabyte and a bunch of external hard drives, which are going to be an issue. Fortunately, I have an 8 terabyte external hard drive that I've been using for keeping my games, keeping the majority of my games, keeping all of my arts and copies of writing stuff on it. Yes, I know I need backups badly. Like I do need a RAID drive center or whatever they're supposed to be called, but yes, I do need one of those. But fortunately, I got security up the wazoo, which is good. I'm not gonna tell you what the security is. You can guess to your heart's content. You can figure it out, but I'm not telling you because that's a security risk. Number rule 1 of hacking: if you can ask someone for that passcode, do it. But anyway, which is what scammers do basically. Is there psychological hackers? They hack you by faking something and getting you to do stuff for them, which is simultaneously the easiest way to hack and also the hardest. Getting someone to do something for getting something to do something is really hard or really easy, depending on what you're trying to hack into. But anyway, so I need a RAID drive for storage and archival purposes. Fortunately, the Boss Everything, oh, you know what, that's his full name, Boss Everything. Fortunately, Boss Everything because it has everything. It has a motherboard with a 5 gigabyte Ethernet port, so I can plug that straight into the RAID DIN, or whatever it is, whatever you call them things. Plug it right into the RAID tower, the RAID storage, and just do that, and have all the rest be wireless. Because I really want the means to wire up the house to have all my storage, and I don't really need a wireless. Anyway. So yeah. Yeah, it sucks. Fortunately, none of the parts broke. It's just Windows 10 being terrible at its job of being a good operating system. I still use it because because it's so easy to just take stuff off the internet and use. Like Linux, you gotta still use the command prompt in 2021 for most of the distros and whatever. There are some where they are very Windows-like, but are only covering up the command prompt. And you also gotta have an app store with frickin' Linux. That's terrible. Getting all your software from apps, really? Most of the good stuff are not on apps. Never have been. Never will be. Like you really expect Battlescribe and Pokemon Showdown to have apps? Really, truly? But anyway. Renegade Expian app? Really? OpenRA? But anyway, enough of that for right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess let's go on looking at the mobile mask. Going to look at Boss Everything, name in progress. And yeah, it just sucks, and I'm sorry I won't be able to provide that much gaming content because of fear of overstorage and having to manage everything. This is doing stuff out of the Canon, where I just gotta put SD card into the computer. It's fantastic. I don't even need. I could just put videos on the computer long enough to like the SD card's double the size that it used to be on the GoPro. I'm still recording in HD, so the file sizes should be similar. And all I would need to do is keep the stuff on the SD card until it fills up, which is a risk. I don't like doing that anymore. Putting it on the computer only for a limited time, then putting it straight on a external hard drive for safekeeping, because I do that with the IRL footage for some reason. Yeah, I don't do that with any other footage because I really can't. I don't have the money to get hard drives. I don't have enough money to store the version of the video that's uploaded to YouTube. So I have a backup in case YouTube fails or something. Or I need to use the footage later for whatever reason, but regardless. So, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it for this bit, so let's head over to let's head over to the mobile mass computer and see, and look at the Boss Everything. As I plugged it into PC Part Picker, which is not going to be the same as as my door. It is different because CyberPower has a bunch of services that it uses. There has a bunch of services which you may want, or you definitely want because they're cheap, and they should be included as a standard thing. I don't know why you wouldn't get for example, better packaging or professional wire installation. That sounds lazy to me. But regardless, the least awful of the pre-builds. That at least from watching Linus and Gamers Nexus and everyone Bitwit's videos on all of them. Yes, I like Alienware still. I like their laptops. I like Alienware and Asus laptops, and Lenovo's laptops are cool too. But Alienware's pre-builds are pretty Dell. I like Dell's. Like, Dell tries. Dell's laptops are pretty good too. Dell knows how to do laptops, but they don't know how to do desktops in a way that would be for people that have this taste. But anyway. Alright, so let's head over to the computer. Alright, we're on the mobile mass computer now. It's been a while, hasn't it? As you can see, the desktop is, well, the sticky note carried over, and we got our freaking Windows 7 things back. Yay! I actually like those. They just weren't working on. They just weren't working on my on the mouse computer. Hopefully, the Boss Everything, which is probably hopefully Boss Everything will be able to use them again. Because it's so useful to me. Why is this not a thing on Windows 10? Why do I got to go look at that, or click on this, and then or mouse over? It's just not. But anyway. Yes, I'm watching Mostly 20 do an unusual painting video. He usually does maps. But anyway, so this is, as I was, the first concept named everything. I transcribed what was, I transmuted, or not, I transferred, what was on my, what I ended up getting on CyberPower, and on CyberPower PC. The thing is a full name, the link in the description to the website's below. I'll be doing videos on the Boss Everything. Don't worry. Will I be unboxing it? I have like 4 to 5 weeks to figure out what I'll be doing, but I think I just want to get it set up and working first. Then we'll do a bunch of tests with Steam, and then we just go, because yeah, that's how I roll. I also want to get, if you can hear this, I want to transfer the hard drives out of the mouse computer into Boss Everything. If it has enough room, I have no idea. Boss Everything, as you can see, uses an Leon Lee O11 DXL case. I don't know if this is the same one that I ended up getting on CyberPower, but I wanted a Leon Lee O11 because why not? I'm thinking that way because why not? Or 011. Yeah, it's actually no, so let's say 011 case, because it's like the Arcade I have. It's like the not Arcade. It's like the Carbide I have right now. Carbide is no longer what it used to be. Carbide used to be a box, like what the Leon Lee is now, with tons of air. I never had an issue with it. Tons of hard drive space, tons of space for giant graphics cards. Fantastic case. Too bad they got rid of it, I think. But the Leon Lee is a good visual successor to it because it's the same concept except with glass. It's a fish tank with vents. Vents are on this side and the top and the back, and that's it. The rest is glass. So yeah, but actually let's click on this case. I'm not quite sure if this is the one I ended up getting, but I would be happy with it because there's one, two, three, at least 3.0 ports, USB 3.0 ports, a headphone jack, a mic jack, a USB-C port, status indicators. It's just possible. Oh, by the way, 2 down there because it can. Because it can. It just can. Because why not? Now, this was one of the major parts I really wanted to get. Unfortunately, it is the only part that I really wanted to get from the beginning. another thing I really wanted to get was the Trident Z Royals, because they're fantastic looking. They're like crystallized RGB nonsense that is fantastic. I wanted them. I ended up getting a lesser version of that. Only 32 gigabytes, summing it up. I had 64 on the mouse computer, be it was DDR3. I don't know how fast it was, but still 64 gigabytes. However, the Trident Z, I ended up getting was 4,266 speed, is what I'm calling it, because I actually don't know what it's called. Whereas the Royals are only 4,000. So, while one of these Royals, they come in different sizes, is 32 gigabytes, and the Trident Z is only 8, I wonder if that 200 speed is actually significant. Because they cost $100 less than the Royals, as you see. I would rather have the Royals. Unfortunately, they weren't an option in CyberPower. And I don't know if the warranty... I read the warranty just to see if it checked out. It checked out. I don't know the details, though. I don't know if I can mess with the computer at all to add the Royals in it or not. They would take up all 4 ports, because for some reason modern motherboards have only 4 slots. The mouse computer had like 8. But anyway, so this has 4 slots. It's one of the best Asus motherboards you can get. And I like it for a couple of reasons. A is Wi-Fi. The original motherboard I wanted to get was a cost below this one. Couldn't get it. Could not get it with the Boss Everything for some reason. Either they went out of stock, they did not work with the CPU I was getting, I don't know. But or maybe Asus was no longer making them, I don't know. But for whatever that SKU of preset computer they were making, that I customized to make the Boss Everything, just didn't have it. As you can see, I'm paying for water cooling support, which this PC is water cooled, but only the CPU is. It's an all-in-one. So that's wasted. And yeah. However, what I am getting is, well, it actually looks like I am getting an error report thing, or at least an LED panel. I'm getting a fan, which I hate, a thing that can break on your motherboard. Reset switches, or reset and power on switches, in case I ever need to do it old manual style. Another thing I'm getting is a ton of USB 3.0 and USB 3.0 Gen 2. Oh man, is that so good. 4 USB 3.2 Gen 1. I think the mouse computer just said 3.0 and 2.0, or the last of the 2s. 7, count them, 7 3.2 Gen 2 nonsense. Also a USB-C. I hope to everything is a Thunderbolt, so I can have a Thunderbolt nonsense going at the back. Also, it's wireless, so I can use my controllers just fine. Also, it has Gigabit Ethernet. Also, it has 5G LAN, or 5G, 5G. Okay, let's say LAN for Gigabyte LAN, also known as Ethernet. So it has not only 1 but 2 Ethernet ports, and one of them is 5 gigabyte. That is the best halfway mark between 10 gigabyte and 1. So that allows me to connect it to a home network, which I'm not doing. At least not doing right now. Maybe doing within the lifetime of this computer, which I'm hoping it's freaking 10 years. Because the only reason I wanted to upgrade to this, or want to upgrade this far, is because it's going to be my computer for the next 10 years. Because the ray tracing is why I wanted this computer in the first place, was ray tracing, and also the mouse computer aging and not liking Windows 10. So yeah, then also, in case everything else wasn't good enough, I'm not noticing something. It has friggin' optical output. I can connect my soundbar the same way I connected it to my frickin' TV with optical, because that's fantastic for audio. Also, in case that's not good enough for you, audio jacks for surround sound, and also, at least I'm guessing by the flowery language, also I'm guessing by the flowery language, a really, really good sound card built in. Like, not just not just modern motherboards with good sound cards. They give it a name and then they give it a gold chip on the motherboard. And actually, let's see if you can see it. Right there, not serious effects, but you know, something like that. And it's just a general boss thing. I was getting it purely because that was the best option. Like, that was the tier. I wanted either top tier or near top tier, whatever was cheaper. That had Wi-Fi. This one had Wi-Fi. I also didn't want a fan, but I got no choice. Fans are back, and fans are back. So that motherboard's pretty boss. I also got Deep Cool Castle water cooler because shiny RGB glass nonsense. That was something I wanted. I wanted either the next one that has the actual temperature on it, which is fantastic, which they don't have, so I couldn't get that, or something with RGB crystal nonsense. So, also something that I kind of wanted was the Aorus NVIDIA GeForce 1TB. That's a lot of speed solid state drive for my C drive, because it's not that much more. Hopefully they put it on the outside. They might put it on the inside. That would be bad, because the motherboard, of course it does, has two ports. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, you might not be able to see it. Oh, it might be covered with these things, which is not a terrible thing, mind you. Oh, well, we'll see once we get the computer up and running. Oh, this is right there. Oh, it's right there. It might be visible after all. That might be there. No, that's not there. That's not it. Okay, so it's hidden, or they're both on the back. That's the front. That also might be the back, but no, it's the side. So yeah. Also, I got the best Ryzen 9 you can get. Why? Because it came in the preset computer configuration. It came with the preset computer configuration, and it wasn't that much more than the other one. Although it all did add up. It added up greatly, as you probably already spied. But anyway, it's basically the best Ryzen you can get without being a Threadripper. So it's the best CPU you can get, I guess, in my layman's opinion, from just watching tech reviewers. So watch your tech reviewers, don't listen to me. This is just simply what I ended up getting. Also, I got a platinum certified nonsense, because it's better than gold. Might as well. Better than gold for not much more. I got Windows 10 Pro. Because security, not working. Having 2 terabytes of RAM if I could ever fit it in my computer. Got these guys because the frickin' Liam Lee doesn't provide you fans for $200. They're cheap like that, or it's expensive like that, or something. Lower GB, because why not? And finally, the last major thing. Also, I got 6 terabytes. I got 4. Okay, I got 3. 3 because Cyberpower is always having a sale. or something, and this was an over something where you get a free 4 terabyte hard drive with your purchase of an SSD. I also bought a cheap. It's some server power, so I assume it's at least somewhat good. Hard drive with just 2 terabytes. So I have 6 terabytes total, which should be good enough to start with if I don't put, if I find in the warranty that you can't mess with it and can't put my hard drives in it, so I just need to transform the hard drives that are in the mess computer into standalones, which is easy to do. I keep saying hard drives, I mean storage, which is easy to do. All you gotta do is get an external cradle, which are only a few bucks, put your expensive hard drive in it, and turn it into an external hard drive. Yay! But anyway. But anyway, finally, yes, I bit the bullet. I did indeed bit the bullet. I got a 3090. Hear my case. Hear my case for getting the 3090. This is why I got the 3090. Because it was the only one in stock. And not only that, I got it for $100 off. Now, $100 off what they were asking for, $100 off MSRP. So I got it for $139.99. Because CyberPower was trying to get rid of it or something. They don't like keeping stock for long, I guess. Like, they were disgusted in people not buying the 3090 because of the price, so they lowered it. Because they wanted to probably get they want to get more of 3080s and such in. Or the new releases of the graphics cards that were on low end were coming as a surprise, or for some reason they just want to get rid of 3090s. I was glad to take some of that. I was going to take one. I didn't plan on this. I didn't plan on getting the best graphics cards you can get right now for consumer YouTube semi-pro, whatever the heck I am. I'm not going to recommend it to anyone other than people who do find a deal on it, like I did, or because the other ones were presumably out of stock. There was a 6-week waiting period, and it takes them somehow. I don't even gonna comprehend how. I'm gonna say that they get lots of orders, and it just takes them 4 to 5 weeks to build up computer. Something you should be able to do in 3 hours at most, if you're good. If you're professionals, they're professional. I don't know why it takes them 4 to 5 weeks. It's disgusting. There's probably a part on the site where they tell you why it takes 4 to 5 weeks to build a computer, but it does. And they're not even building a computer like you or I would, or if I built computers, which I might as well explain why I went to CyberPower. But my word, they're using probably pallets of this stuff in commercial grade boxes, not actual boxes, but commercial grade boxes that they get from the manufacturer, shipped to them, and they store it in these big containers. They're getting this commercial scale operation here. Why does it take them so long? Why? No, they do got stuff on. They do got stuff. No, they do have. Now, if you don't do what I did and buy one of the computer SKUs, which I would recommend, it's cheaper, and you're more likely to get a sale on it. If you're going to get a computer SKU, one of the preset computers, they're probably in stock and just ship them to you. I didn't do that. I don't know why. You can rush it. I didn't get that option because 3090 and Ryzen 9 in the house. So, yeah, it's gonna, yeah, the end of this video is not gonna end on a happy note. No, I'm gonna be. It's gonna take me 4 to 5 weeks, not counting shipping, which I didn't pay for any special shipping, of course. So it's gonna take another week to get here to Northwest Florida, from wherever the heck from California. And oh my word, is this going to be an interesting experience? You're waiting 4 to 5 weeks plus one to get here. If I got a 3080, a much more reasonable purchase, guess what? That 4 to 5 weeks, you add 6 to it. I think that's how that works. Yes. I don't know how many months that is. I guess every month is 3 weeks, so it'd be 2 months, 2 to 3 months, but like 6 to 8 weeks, but I don't know. No, time is money, and money is time. No, 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 I'm not doing that. I would rather get something really good that's expensive if it means I can keep the entire computer for longer, for a decade even, without doing anything to it, other than probably adding RAM, which is easy, something I can easily do. Something that should be foolproof, but Ryzen is not foolproof. And yeah, it's just it's just a thing. So yeah, moral story is, if you're looking for a CPU, if you're looking for a CPU or a GPU, and don't really truly want to build it for yourself, like you couldn't care either way, as long as you got the stuff that you wanted, just go to CyberPower and get it, because it's a lot easier to find it through them than it is to find it on the internets normally. Well, now let's get to the price. I've been advised otherwise, because certain people may be watching, they may not may not understand why someone make a purchase like this. It was 6K. You're looking at the price down there. You're looking at the price right here and maybe saying, how is that 6K? It's not 6K to build it yourself. It's 6K monies, American monies, mind you. This is not a British site. I'm not paying pounds and getting it converted, which I'm terrible with. But remember, it's not counting the price of the graphics card, which is $130.99, more or less. So add that, it becomes 5K. Add all the little goodies that you have to get, because they don't give them to you for some reason, just the part of doing business. Like, you know, they don't give it to you as a part of doing business. Add the one hard drive that's not on this list, and it comes to 6K. So yes, could you build this computer for cheap? Could you build the boss everything for cheaper? Yes, you could. Could I build it for cheaper? Is the question you should be asking yourself. I already tried building a computer, and it failed. How did it fail, you might be wondering? Because Ryzen hates people. Hates people building with it. I got a Ryzen 5, and I got the cheapest motherboard I can get. That's still Asus. Paired them together, and guess what? Nothing happened. Move the one single 8 GB RAM around, which Ryzen doesn't bother telling you that's not how Ryzen works. Ryzen prefers 2 sticks. They prefer dual linked RAM. So two sticks of 4 is better than one stick of 8. For some reason, Ryzen works that way. I have no idea why. So moved my one stick around in all slots to see if I put it in the wrong slot. I didn't. Went to my cousin's, the PC builder, next day. It was how I managed to build it, even though I got the freaking crazy case wires mixed up, because seemingly that's what you're supposed to do with them. I was trying to read the thing, and I couldn't find the manual because the manual wasn't helpful. And yeah, it just was a disaster. But I wasn't the reason the computer failed. It was turning on somehow. It just didn't boot. It turned on. It just didn't. The fence was spinning. Thank goodness. Lights. I don't think lights were lighting up. Oh, yes, lights were lighting up. Yeah. And it just didn't boot because Ryzen, for some reason, I have no idea why Ryzen doesn't slap people for this, doesn't fire them and get them out, you stop making them partners, but apparently when you buy a new Ryzen motherboard, there is less than a 50% chance of you getting an actual good one that can actually use your a new Ryzen CPU. Because apparently I got less than because my luck is so good. I either got extremely unlucky, or it's extremely rare to find a Ryzen motherboard that's actually worth a darn. They can actually use a Ryzen CPU on it without it having to plug into without it having been updated with another Ryzen CPU. So two things needs to happen. Either one, the boxes need to be clearly labeled with a sticker. This is Ryzen blah 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 is capable, because they're not. Two, there needs to be a recall on all Ryzen motherboards that are not worth a darn anymore, that are on store shelves. Flip off store shelves, put them back on. Anyone that bought a recent one needs to be notified, at least. And free returns on all the Ryzen motherboards that people don't want to go with their new CPU. Or three, all Ryzen motherboards needs the good old feature on this bad boy, the flashback button. Plug in a frickin' USB thumbstick and update your motherboard. Why is it not on all Ryzen? Ryzen hates it. Ryzen hates it real bad. So yeah. Alright, but anyways, that'll be the first video. Thanks for watching. We appreciate watching this video. Like I said, it's gonna be here from I want to say 3, so a month, to 2 months from now. I won't be unboxing it. I'll be showing it off, certainly on camera, like I did the mouse computer when it got here. But the boss everything is going to be put to work pronto. Testing out games, good old We're gonna get X and whatever. Battlefield 5, Halo Infinite. No, Halo Infinite's coming out. It's coming out in the fall. So what's this? Oh, we get to test out ray tracing for the first time. Back to Minecraft. See how much I can run it. Test out transferring my nonsense files. Test out all my mods that are having issues and whatever. Because the mouse computer was failing me with CPU power. Things have gotten so bloated here in the future that good old i7 ain't good enough anymore. Good old i7 ain't good enough if you do the mods. Like, it hasn't been pulling, like, I haven't had issues with it in any other thing except mods. And running a ton of tabs on Edge, on Canary, I'm going to just call it Canary from now on Canary, which is what you're looking at. And yeah, on Microsoft Canary, but anyway. Okay, that'll be our first video. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate watching on this video. It also means a lot to me if you were to check out the rest, check out this stuff on your screen, such as various sports channel. I am terribly sorry there's going to be not a lot of gaming content because I'm going to need to balance the hard drives and juggle them. But that's just how things are going to be. Thank you for watching this. Thank you a ton for watching this. Really means a lot to me that you're watching this. It really means a lot to me that you're watching this and do care about the channel, or wondering why I haven't uploaded in like 4 days. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. I'll try to manage your crisis as best I can. But yeah, so yeah, the COVID shot, or the death shot, I should say death shot. The death shot has really put a spring in my step yet. Don't know about it because that footage is locked on the mouse computer right now. But the death shot has really put a spring in my step. I don't know why. Maybe because the crisis is coming to an end for me at least. I don't know. I really truly don't know. But anyway. But even with this downer of a moment, it's, you know, I'm still pretty pepped. But anyway. So once I get, you know, once I get both shots and I get fully immunized, or I get fully may prevent the death. Once I get may prevent the death correctly, 2 shots. Remember, take your medicine as the prescribed, kids. Don't listen to angry old men who don't know what they're doing and whatnot. Who only say take half your medicine half the time, or take half your medicine and then you get full protection. Yeah, don't listen to them. They're idiots. But anyway. All right, so that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I guess. Remember, check out the rest of the content I produce. I'll be doing. I'm still be doing art because it's on my expansion. It's on my external hard drive. I'll still be. I don't know if it's streaming very much or not. We'll see, but we'll see. We'll see when I get my computer wired again. But we'll see. We'll do gaming, just not very much of it because storage space. And yeah. Alright, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. And I guess, see you. And also share it for friends who else listen to it. Maybe wait for the boss everything to get here. There's stuff to watch. Or check out my massive backlog. I have 6K videos for a reason, folks. But anyway, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I guess, see you, and again.